Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Hooked on Hockey webinar for secondary schools. In this webinar, we're going to outline the various packages we've put together to enable more hockey to happen within these age groups. So, in terms of the package itself, our aim at Hockey Wales is to deliver world-class experiences within secondary schools in relation to hockey. And in order to help us achieve that outcome, we've put together a variety of different packages to support young ambassadors, teachers and pupils to promote, organise and deliver more high quality hockey provision. These packages will help your school embed hockey into your existing PE and extracurricular offer and will create more playing experiences and opportunities for pupils to get involved within our sport. So there's four key elements to this particular package. The first one being to recruit new young ambassadors who will be passionate hockey leaders, provide a pupil voice and be positive role models to help inspire others play the game. We also want to support teachers. So we've put together some teacher training opportunities through designated courses. We've got post-course mentoring, which can be provided by our coach developers. And we've also designed some new resource cards and virtual drone sessions to support the delivery hockey, whether that be in a P lesson or within a school sport club. We also want to embed hockey not only in school, but also out in the local community as well. And the way to do that is by promoting school to club links. So where you've got clubs within your county who provide hockey, we want to make sure that the schools are closer matched to those clubs to develop links and relationships to ensure successful transition can happen for pupils who want to make that next step and play hockey, not only in school, but outside in the community as well. Lastly, we want to get pupils playing the game. We know there's a steady decline in participation as pupils progress through the year groups in secondary schools, and we want to try and stem that. So we're hoping this package will help enable us to do that and provide playing opportunities which are both formal and informal, inside and outside the school, and place hockey at the heart of the PE and school sport offer to provide positive experiences of pupils, whether they play the game or lead the game in sort of full. So that's what we're offering in terms of the package. And then in terms of the package descriptions, there's multiple packages schools can purchase. So you've got your bronze dragon package first and foremost, priced at £50. Within that pack there, you'll get activity cards, virtual drone sessions. You'll get the young ambassador training thrown into that. You'll also get a display board pack to promote hockey in the corridors within your P departments, as well as entry into your festival and competitions, as well as school membership, which links to exclusive offers, benefits, and discounts you can get from some of our Hockey Wales sponsors. At Silver Dragon package, you can then gain access to 2 free spaces on our teacher training course. And with that, it might not necessarily be a P teacher. It could be for a TA. It could be for a teacher who teaches another subject, maybe who's got an interest in hockey, who can help out. It could be for a school sports coach or a sports development officer linked to the school, or potentially a parent who's just willing to give up time to do that. Likewise, it can be for one of the Key Stage 4 young ambassadors or sixth formers who can get involved. So massive variety of different people who can support workforce here to be put on that course. And then for the Gold Dragon package at £150, the additional things you get within that package is the post-course mentoring. So if people have been on the course, need some support off it in terms of a bit of a touch space and light touch support to help embed hockey, maybe by developing a new extracurricular club or wanting support in setting up something a bit more bespoke for maybe a primary transition club, then the coach developers can help support that. Likewise, again, with the club, we want to try and create a stronger link. So again, if you're looking to do those type of things, like I mentioned before, primary transition club or extracurricular club, the best thing would be to try and involve your local club in that delivery as the exit route. And in terms of growing the workforce, that will help also. So let's try and make that happen, and that will happen through this package here. Lastly, you can also, for the Platinum Dragon package, gain the benefits of all the other packages, bronze to gold, but also have a brand new hockey equipment bag delivered to your school, which will give you new sticks, balls, bibs, and cones, which again could be used specifically for this program or be used, for P lessons, extracurricular, and whatever else it is that you decide to do with it. So really good opportunity there to access different resources to support you develop this program in full. So first things first then, the first thing we're going to touch base on now in terms of resource is the training for the young ambassadors themselves. So they will get a Hooked on Hockey Leaders Pack, and this is what it will consist of. So the workbook, as you can see, is the front page on the left-hand side, On the right hand side is a welcome message to formally induct them, as well as the game plan which you want them to follow to ensure they can embed this within their day-to-day delivery as a young ambassador. So we want them to engage current or new players into hockey. We want them to promote hockey and the local club. We want them to create a thriving environment to enable hockey to happen. We want them to help people achieve their potential, whether that by giving them opportunities, developing new skills, getting involved in games, or we also, as well as, want them to create opportunities for others to participate. So this could be in groups which are underrepresented. It could be groups that are disengaged. Could be groups that don't do a lot of physical activity. Anything like that to help more people access hockey specifically is a challenge for these young ambassadors to sort of follow through on. So as you can see on the left-hand side is our young ambassador structure, and within secondary schools you can recruit young ambassadors from year 7 right through to sixth form, and they can be a bronze, silver, gold, or platinum ambassador depending on what age and stage they're at in terms of the pathway. So that's outlined on that page. And then the second page of the leadership awards is that the more leadership activities leaders do, the more awards they can attain in terms of certificates at bronze, silver, gold, or platinum level. And again, for those who do go above and beyond and do the extra mile, they can also gain a special recognition certificate, which will also trigger a national award nomination. So those are for people who have done those extra things, really, which the school would probably reward and recognise extra through that nomination. And the leadership activities can consist of not just the practical coaching side of things. It could also be delivering assembly or promoting messages on social media. So there's much wider roles pupils can fulfil other than just purely the practical elements on the playground, astroturf, or sports, or wherever it is that you're delivering those leadership activities in. Then it will go into their role more specifically. So we want them to be passionate, provide the pupil voice, be a positive role model, inspire others, pupils to play. They're the 4 key things really that we want them to do. But in addition to that as well, we want them to think about what skills they need to develop to be successful and how they're going to apply those in practice to be really effective in their roles. So this page here will outline what they need to do there in terms of considerations. We'll then look at the game plan itself. So on the left-hand side, we can demonstrate all the resources we're going to give the pupils to roll this program out. So there's a variety of different things there for them to utilize. And on the right-hand side, then they're going to need to work with their teacher and their Hooked on Hockey young ambassador colleagues to write their game plan. So the game plan will be consisting of how are they going to get more players playing the game, how they're going to promote it more, how they're going to create an inclusive environment, how they're going to create more opportunities for people to play, when are they going to do that by, who's going to do that, and what resources they're going to require. So a big collective piece that everyone's going to have to buy into in order to try and make it happen. We then want them to look at the STEP principles and inclusion spectrum, because we need to make hockey more accessible. We need to make it more inclusive, and by following these 2 particular principles and spectrums, that will help inform their delivery when they're planning, delivering, and evaluating their sessions to enable them to be more inclusive. We then want them to track their leadership activities. So throughout the course of the academic year, any leadership activities they do, they need to log them, and they need to write down the date, the time, what activity they did, self-reflect on those activities to see what went well, what didn't, maybe what they need to change next time, and get the teacher to sign those activities off. And then once they again reach 10, 20, 30, 40, they can gain the relevant certificates and then be rewarded for their achievements and commitment to those causes. And then likewise at the end and throughout their journey, really, we want them to reflect on their experiences. So tell us what you enjoy about your role. What impact has those things had? What skills have you developed? What challenges have you faced? What impacts it having across the wider school? And what are your next steps in terms of your leadership journey once you finish the cycle at the end of an academic year? So lots and lots of things for those young ambassadors to consider. So in addition to their workbook, which basically I've outlined there what they need to fill out on their training day, which will be supported and delivered by their teacher, we also want to give them resources to support them in their role, and particularly around the game plan. So they'll get an events calendar, which will outline some national initiatives and campaigns that they can link hockey in with, and use hockey as a vehicle, really, to bring those to life and develop within their school context, such as National School Sports Week or Sport Relief as prominent examples. They've also got then a challenge checklist. So as a team, we've set them different challenges they can participate in, both from a hockey perspective as well as a health and well-being perspective. to really challenge them to embed this, right, and motivate them and stimulate them to track and try to tick off these challenges throughout the academic year. So some are very specific around planning hockey, delivering hockey, evaluating hockey, to make sure that's embedded from a practical side. And the health and well-being ones are linked to the new curriculum. And there's also some digital numeracy and literacy challenges in there, as well as some integral skills challenges. So lots and lots of things to consider. They can do those individually or collectively as a team, as long as they tick them off throughout the year, and then they display them on the notice board. People can visually see them then what they've achieved as a group. There's also a session planner, so in advance of every session, get them to fill this out. It just outlines your pre-session, during session, and post-session, how that session's actually gone in terms of practice. And there's also an attendance tracker as well. So we want to know how many pupils are attending your sessions every week, every term, and at the end of every year, to see if this program is having any impact whatsoever on participation. We hope it will, and we hope you can demonstrate it through that tracker. And it'll also tell us maybe who isn't attending sessions, which then may inform some more bespoke programs that you might need to put in place to try and reverse that trend. So it's a really, really useful resource to track that. You've then got your end of year impact report. So we want to know what impact hockey has had on health and well-being. So what impact has it had on physical activity levels, mental health, decision making, social skills, and relationships people have formed with others. So be really, really interested to know what impact this program has had on those specific aspects, because they're all linked to the new curriculum. So this is a good evidence piece to present to the P department, the wider school, the head teacher, governors, Estin, and us as a national governing body. And this will also report will need to be sent into us as a national governing body to which will also act as your nomination for the School of the Year Hooked on Hockey award. So there's a multiple reasons why we want to see this, to see what you've been doing, to showcase the best practice of what's happening within our secondary schools, but also act as a nomination for that national award as well as. So as well as being a presence, obviously practically, getting things done in terms of a coaching sense or a teaching sense, we also want them to promote hockey within the corridors of the school, and that's why we put this display board pack together, which typically might be put up in around the P department. So what templates have they got? Well, here they are. So there's an about page initially to tell people what Hooked on Hockey is, how it's aiming to inspire people, and what your game plan is to promote it to the masses in school. Then they've got your Hooked on Hockey leadership team template to tell people what are the names of the young ambassadors, what classes they're from. And again, if you want to add maybe a passport size photo to that to have a visual of their face, maybe in some sort of kit or uniform, then feel free to bring it to life. You've then got the session timetable. So tell people what days, when, and who for those sessions are going to take place. So that could be, it might take place every day, on certain days and certain weeks at certain times. So make sure you put that together there so people can see on the notice board when they can access hockey. And then link to that, if they join hockey in school and maybe want to trial it and do some more of it outside and join the local hockey club, there's also a template there for them to showcase, what is the name of their club, local club, who are the key contacts, where do they train, what address and at what time, and what's their social media, because maybe they can drop them a message on there to ask any questions, maybe if they've got parents as well who want to ask certain things as well. You've then got your official agreement document, which outlines the partnership between you as the school and as a national governing body. And there's also got your school pledge document. So you need to just write in there some of the key points around the game plan you would have written in your leadership young ambassador workbook, and then just document it on that as well, so the whole school can see it and not just the pupils who are involved in the program as well. Lastly, then, you've got a social media page template. So we want you to showcase and share with us everything that you're doing on a regular basis, so we know where you're up to with things, whether that's, if you've got, once you've got everything in place, send us a picture of the young ambassadors themselves, send pictures of your sessions, your assemblies, maybe some of the stuff that you're getting involved with in terms of national initiatives. Maybe you've attended a festival. So let us know everything that you're involved with, because we really love to know. We can highlight that on our own social media channels. And we'd like to, if you also nominate a Hooked on Hockey Player of the Week. So that's a responsibility of your young ambassadors to do. They can then showcase on this template who's won what, issue them with their certificate, and then again they can showcase that maybe in an assembly or on the school newsletter or on the school website of who's winning these awards each week, to showcase some of the success really from a participant perspective. Activity cards is a big one. So this is a resource for both teachers and the young ambassadors. So you'll get multiple resource cards which is session plan ideas that you can, develop, adapt, utilize, differentiate however you like to suit the age and ability groups that you've got coming to your sessions. And as well as that, you'll also receive virtual drone sessions. So these are bird's eye view of sessions in practice. So, where to position cones, where to position players. Maybe you can see what type of equipment you're using. Just give you some more ideas and depth of knowledge really around how activities can be delivered, which is separate to the resource card. So the other games ideas you can put, which again are fun, safe, and inclusive, can be adapted to suit the environment, the age and ability groups that you're working with on a week-to-week basis. You've then got the participant pack. So separate for the leaders, we also want to reward the pupils who come to the sessions as well as. So they will have their own activity log. So again, this is good. It's a digital document where they can edit or they can print it off depending on what you want to do. So all they need to do when they attend the young ambassador sessions is to sort of date what day they come, write down what activity they did. Was it a breakfast club, lunchtime club, after school club, etc. Reflect on what went well. Did they learn a new skill? Did they score a goal? Did they make new friends? Did they enjoy what the coach put on in terms of a drill potentially? And then have that signed off by the young ambassador to confirm they've actually, attended that session and took part in it. And again, once they reach 10 sessions, 20, 30, 40, they can get different types of certificates and be rewarded for their commitment and attendance at these particular sessions. So in terms of certificates then, on the screen now is one of the leadership certificates that your young ambassadors can attain. So this is one example of a platinum certificate on the screen now. So once they've reached 40 leadership activities, they can then win and be awarded their platinum hockey certificate. And on the screen is a demonstration of that there. The same again, they'll get those for bronze, silver, and gold as well as. And again, for the participants themselves who come and attend those sessions, they'll get their own different versions of certificates. So again, on screen is an example of a platinum certificate for those who might have attended a 40 sessions. And again, we've got those at bronze, silver, and gold level. We've also got special certificates as well to issue for the player of the week that you'll give out, as well as the special recognition awards, which I discussed at the beginning of the call, around those who've gone above and beyond, who maybe get issued this at the end of the year, which also triggers a national nomination. And then again, there's multiple packages, guys. I've talked mainly through the bronze packages there. I've shown you through the different documents there that you can get as part of these packages. But if you want to embed that teacher training, if you want to embed that coach development support, be closer to your local club and ensure that relationship there is further cemented, or you're after new equipment, then you know which type of package would suit where. And there's lots of opportunity, lots of choice. We want to help embed hockey in all secondary schools across Wales to allow more pupils to play, more pupils to lead, more teachers feel confident and comfortable delivering the sport. So if that's some of the boxes that you want to tick as well as a school collectively, then this is the package that you need to purchase to help you roll this out. We feel it's an attractive offer. We feel it will appeal. We feel it ticks a lot of boxes in relation to hockey health and well-being. Hopefully you'll feel the same and buy into this. Again, if there's different packages or different things that you'd like to see lined up or linked, or you want something more bespoke or tailored to meet your own school's needs, then shout out, speak to me. We can have an individual follow-up meeting to make that happen for you if you'd like. So on my screen now, my details, reach out to me as you wish. We're ready to roll this out whenever you want to sort of launch it in your school. And we'd love to hear from you if that is the case and you want to get involved as soon as possible. So thanks very much for listening. Hopefully it's been informative and look forward to hearing from you soon in the hope that you sign up to one of our Hooked on Hockey packages. Thank you.